Hello, welcome to the Film Pulse Podcast, the official podcast of filmpulse.net. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is episode number 163. My name's Adam Patterson. With me today we have Kevin Rakestraw. How you doing there, Kevin?
I'm doing okay.
I'm a little sick this week. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather.
Well, suck it up.
Yeah,
suck it up.
It's funny because I think that I got festival SARS, and the festival hasn't even started yet, so...
Oh, jeez.
Not sure what's going on there.
You gotta keep an eye out for that festival SARS. That shit's real.
Well, I'm gonna plow through it at any rate. This week we're gonna be talking about Ryan Gosling's directorial debut, Lost River, which is currently playing in limited release and VOD. We're also gonna be talking about some of what we've been watching, and of course we'll be going over this week's movie predictions. New on video, on demand, and DVD and Blu-ray releases. Only one movie this week because you went away this weekend, and I've been absolutely slammed with Tribeca stuff, so it's going to be a little bit of a lighter episode, but we'll be back with 2 reviews hopefully next week.
I'm scared that when you're actually able to talk about all the films that you saw at Tribeca.
It's going to be like a 3-hour episode of just
it's
me.
It's just going to be me sitting here going,
Well, what I'm not going to do it all at once, obviously. I'm going to space it out and just talk about some highlights and some lowlights, but you'll have that to look forward to starting next week, actually. Remember, you can send your questions to podcast@filmpulse.net or leave a comment on the site. We'd love to hear from you. And please, please, please make sure to check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/filmpulse, where you can subscribe to the website and the podcast for as little as $1 a month. Before we jump into our review this week, just a couple things I wanted to go over. First, you may have noticed that there was no video portion of last week's watch list up on YouTube, and that's because it got flagged for copyright. Now,
oh no.
This happens a lot actually with YouTube's automatic content ID matching. So anytime you use a trailer or a portion of a trailer or a clip, a lot of times it'll automatically get matched for content ID, even though what you're using it for, you're not violating any kind of copyrights. So basically what happens when that occurs is that your video is no longer monetized by you. Any money you make from the video goes to the copyright holder that is the matched content for.
Mm-hmm.
So normally when this happens with our videos, I just re-edit them to kind of comply with this content ID thing. However, this week it matched pretty much everything in the freaking video. So I pretty much decided that I'm just gonna hold off on the videos for now because it's just too difficult. It's too difficult to post movie reviews using publicly available trailers and clips without getting flagged for copyright. I don't want it to cause a strike against our channel and risk losing our channel. So for now, I'm kind of just putting the brakes on. It does take me a long time, even though it's just a watch list. It does take me a long time to put together those videos. So it always is a huge bummer when they come back and get flagged for copyright. So I'm kind of putting the brakes on that for now until I can come up with something else. Maybe we'll host that video portion on a different streaming service. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. The other thing is we're on SoundCloud now. So if you are...
Wait, what's that mean? What's that mean?
SoundCloud is just an audio streaming service.
Okay.
So if you have the SoundCloud app, you can easily find us on there. Just search for Film Pulse. I'm not putting our back issues or back catalog of episodes on there. So just the new stuff will be going up on there. And that's been working out nicely. Finally, the app. We will have an official Film Pulse app for iPhone and iPad coming out. It's been submitted to Apple, and I think that the verification or whatever takes like 10 days or something like that. So as soon as it's all verified and everything, that will be available on the App Store. I'm sure that I will make mention of that again once it comes out. But
I'm sure you will.
Basically, it's just the app version of our site. It kind of compiles everything together. Like it pulls in we have like a section that has our Twitter feed, our podcast, our YouTube channel. Like it just pulls in all of our content into one very easy to use app, and you can kind of like, check it. It keeps all our latest news stories up there from the site and everything. So it's just a more convenient and quicker way to check our content. So be sure to check that out. It's going to be free, of course, on the App Store very soon. And then the last thing I wanted to mention, this is not like an in-house thing, but I didn't watch a lot of movies this week because of Tribeca, but also because Daredevil came out on Netflix.
Oh, no.
I just want to plug it.
Jeez.
Not getting paid by Marvel or Disney, but I will say
right.
Check out Daredevil on Netflix. The entire season is up to stream, and it is quite good. Very, really, they did it in a really cool way because it's like a standalone thing. It is tied into the cinematic universe of Marvel movies, but they kind of wanted to take a very intimate approach with it. The whole series takes place in Hell's Kitchen here in New York, and it's like smaller stories within this. You're not dealing with giant alien invasions, but the cool thing is they tied it into the Avengers, where like in Man of Steel and in the Avengers and stuff, you always talk about the amount of destruction that happens to a city, and you're just like, yeah, that New York was just destroyed, you know? Mm-hmm. Well, in this, a lot of the plot of the show revolves around corrupt contractors that are rebuilding the city after what happened in the events of the Avengers. So it's kind of, they tie it all together in a really cool way. Great action, very, very much more violent and darker than anything we've seen coming out of the Marvel Studios movies. So definitely check that out. Daredevil. I love Daredevil. He was like always one of my favorites on the Marvel side. So it's cool to see that done right. That character done right.
Gotcha.
I haven't finished it yet. I still have 2 or 3 to go. So
kidding me?
Yeah.
You gotta run through them.
Okay. Let's get started, shall we? And dive directly. We're going to go directly into Lost River, written and directed by Ryan Gosling, stars Christina Hendricks, Ian D. Castecker?
Close.
He's the guy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, I know him from In Fear.
Yes, he's also from In Fear. But I think most people probably know him from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the very popular TV show on ABC.
Never seen it.
Saoirse Ronan, it's not very good. Saoirse Ronan is in there. Matt Smith, who I didn't even recognize I
didn't either. I'm just like, holy shit, that's Doctor Who?
I just now...
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I literally... That revelation just occurred to me this very moment when I read Matt Smith. And Ben Mendelsohn and Ava Mendes is in there for a quick sec. A little bit. She's in there a little bit. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb. Did I read the synopsis? Let me go ahead and do that.
Do that.
A single mother is swept into a dark underworld while her teenage son discovers a road that leads him to a secret underwater town.
Not really secret, but sure.
Now, I'm guessing, Kevin, I'm gonna throw a theory out, a prediction, if you will, on how you felt about Lost River.
It's pretty easy.
I'm gonna say you despised it. I'm gonna say despised.
I don't know if I would go that far. I don't know if I would go full on despise.
Okay.
Maybe just hate. Hate. I think I would just go straight hate.
Just straight up hatred.
Yeah, straight hating.
Okay. Straighten.
You could say that.
Straighten.
You could make
hating.
that a word.
Okay.
Straight up hating with indifference sprinkled in.
All right. Well, do you want to start it off then and talk about? Let's talk about the one like and then many dislikes that we had about this movie, because I can guarantee the one like that you had is probably just the one like I had too.
Okay, so you want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
I straight hated Lost River. We'll just jump into that real quick. Um, the likes, s- some decent imagery going on.
That's the one
I
like
guess,
that
I
I had.
guess, I guess Gosling has an eye, but I don't know how much of that is actually from Gosling or just, Benoit DB taking care of things on the cinematography end. Um, and Ben Mendelsohn dancing. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's that's
The
all I
Mendel
got.
Yeah, the Mendelssohn dance scene is really what did it for me. That was
Everything else is just fucking pointless. This is it. He has nothing to say.
there
He has absolutely nothing to say whatsoever.
yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's a waste of goddamn time.
I completely agree. I feel like what happened was he had so much to say that he ended up saying nothing. Does that
I don't even. I think he knew what he wanted to talk about. He knew what he wanted to have a say on, but he didn't have anything to say because I mean, this is just Ryan Gosling making like the highest or the highest amount of poverty porn that you can make. Just like, oh, I am tapped into the lives of people in Detroit and the down and out. I'm so in tune with these guys, yet he is far from in tune.
I also feel like
Oh,
they found the locations that they shot this in and then were like, okay, well, let's craft a movie around this. So it was like
mhm.
it was like they found the locations first and then they were like, okay, well, how are we going to fit this into a movie? Let's just shoot it and then we'll figure it out later.
It should have just stayed as a photography project.
Well, it felt a lot like Samsara because Samsara does have similar imagery. And
Yeah,
there's
it's
there,
like it's that mixed with Malik, and that's the worst part is you're like, okay, this is a Malik scene,
yeah,
Malik scene,
very
Malik scene, might be
even
Refn scene, Lynch scene, Lynch scene, Malik scene,
yeah.
Malik scene. It's just, oh my God.
He certainly wears his influences on his sleeves, and that
I don't even
was
know if they're on his sleeve. I think they're tattooed on his goddamn face.
I mean it was like pretty egregious.
Oh
Even
my God. Especially with the burning houses. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man.
slow mo burning house. Let's do it up.
It's just his favorite part of Days of Heaven, just over and over and over again. Like how many shots of burning houses are we gonna see?
I
Which,
think
granted, they look fantastic. A
it's
burning house in the middle of night looks amazing. I get it. But well, how many shots of that do we need? It's like 14 shots of burning houses.
apparently many shots, Kevin, of burning houses slow mo. A lot of slow motion in this movie too. A lot of slow mo walking through
Oh,
buildings and things.
God.
Uh, it's so funny too because even like structurally, I was like, this feels like a Malik movie where it's just kind of disjointed and like segmented,
Mhm.
and
And then you got the people with the voiceovers from like Matt Smith and stuff, and they're
it
trying to
just
be
yeah,
poetic
it
and
it, it felt so much like a Malik movie to me, and it felt so much like a Lynch movie, and I hate when people draw because I feel like anytime there's anything surreal or weird in a movie, they instantly say, "Oh, so Lynchian." Oh, so Lynchian. But to me, this movie felt like a David Lynch movie.
oh yeah, the
The
whole
the use of the very bold colors and just that whole scene in Saoirse Ronan's grandma's house,
yeah,
everything with her, I was like, this feels like something lifted straight out of a David Lynch movie.
which her grandma is Barbara Steele from Black Sunday. So,
Oh, I didn't
and
know
and,
that.
and
I
yeah,
didn't
that's the other thing
recognize her.
that yeah, that's the thing that kind of irritates me with this Ryan Gosling picture is that just everything that he get, the resources that he's able to get because he's Ryan Gosling.
Right? Yeah.
It's
Well,
just, oh, it's fucking irritating because it just comes out to shit. This is a shit movie.
I will
I mean,
say,
come on, the main character's guy, his name is Bones,
yeah,
and Bully, and Rat, and there's Face. You know why they call him Face? Funny.
I know why they call him Face.
Jesus Christ, this is a fucking joke. I mean, the whole Ben Mendelsohn character is like straight lifted from Lynch. It's
Yeah.
just him trying to create a Lynch villain.
And the weird imagery at the club with whatever that like box thing was that they would stand in the room.
Yeah, and I don't even think Gosling knows what the hell that's about. He's just like, yeah, the box thing, that'll be
It's
kind of
cool
cool.
looking. Hey, no, wait, that's cool looking. Let's put that in
Cool.
there. That's kind of cool looking. It's creepy. It's a little
Yeah.
creepy.
Uh,
I
this just irritated the shit out of me.
there
But
was there.
worst of all, even with all those things being said, worst of all, it's not entertaining.
No,
It's
it
not compelling. It's not interesting. It's nothing. It's just a big nothing of a movie. To me, what it felt like is a bunch of like fantastic trailers, teasers, and like proper trailers just strung together for an hour and a half. Where you're like, oh man, this could be a good film,
well,
and then
that's
it's another trailer. You're
yeah.
like, yeah, this could be interesting.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that there are pieces of this movie that I think could be a good movie. Like there were aspects of it. There were areas of the plot where I was thinking that, oh, this is kind of interesting. You know how Matt Smith plays this villain, Mad Max style villain that apparently owns this area and owns the copper. He owns the copper in that area.
It's his fucking copper. Okay.
I think that making a movie around that, surrounding that, where it's a movie that maybe takes place a few years in the future, where whatever city, Detroit, wherever it is, has a complete collapse, and then you have people rising up and taking over areas and stuff like that. I think that could be a cool movie. The Christina Hendricks character and the working at that club, the very odd club where you pretend to, and I gotta say, whoever did her makeup for that performance was outstanding.
Yeah. Good. It's good work. And
But
why is it
saying
good?
like
Because Ryan Gosling.
no, but I'm saying like the person in the movie, because we're meant to, it's not we're meant to believe that someone backstage of
Yeah,
that club did that. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty impressive. But I think it's impressive also for this movie too. I think that could be an interesting movie to see where she gets a job at this very weird club and has this relationship with Ben Mendelsohn, who's obviously going to be a creep. We knew that from the beginning.
Well, he has a problem. He has a problem.
Yes, he does have a problem.
He likes to fuck. Which is, I mean, come on, that was just some of like the worst dialogue I've ever heard. And he just follows it up with like, I just think about it. I just keep thinking about it. It's like, wow, this is so piss poor.
Yeah.
Especially when it takes it down this road where you get into the whole, there's a spell apparently over the town.
Yeah, because of the flood or whatever.
Yeah, and then Bones just shows up. He's like, I'm gonna break the spell. He's like, gee, yeah, it's pretty easy to break the spell. Why has no one done this?
Yeah, because didn't they say that all you have to do is pull something up from the water?
Just jump in the fucking water, grab a piece from the old town, bring it up. Someone should have done that like 12 years ago. My God, it's not rocket science.
This Source of Ronan storyline, I wasn't into that either. It felt unneeded and extraneous.
Well, you got, it gave you an excuse to use a neon light,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
to have another musical number. Hoarding, because that's a thing that's pretty popular right now. Got to have that hoarding in there because that's kind of creepy. And then apparently Gosling just read like Great Expectations, so throw that in. Boom, there you go. Interesting. I'm Ryan Gosling. What's up?
I'm Ryan Gosling, bitches.
Well, that's just that's all I think of is like, he goes in for his, this is gonna be my feature-length debut, and they're like, what's it about? And he's like, what the fuck? I'm Ryan Gosling. Shut your face. Just give me money. And they're like, good point.
Well, going back to the visuals, that was the strongest part for me. I thought that a lot of the visuals looked really good. I don't care if they were derivative of other directors or whatever. They still looked good to me.
Yeah, I mean, he has an eye. He has an eye. He can compose things. I'll give him that. But man, they're empty images though.
Oh, yes, I will agree with that. I liked it was funny because near the beginning of the movie, probably the first 10 minutes, I was actually into it. I was like, man, this movie looks great. It's got kind of a Malick vibe, but let's see where this is going. I liked the idea of him trying to sneak around, stealing copper out of these old, decrepit buildings that have been abandoned and stuff. And there was a dolly shot that they did early on that looked really good.
My favorite shots were the swivels, where he would have the camera sitting in the middle of the room,
Yeah.
and just the choreography with that I thought was fantastic.
And I like the design of the club too, with the crazy devil mouth thing.
But it seems like he kept adding to it, and it just got overboard after a while with all the neon and like the pink saturated scenes, and it
Yeah.
was too much after a while.
Yeah, then it turned into Only God Forgives.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, this is all smoke and mirrors because you have absolutely nothing to say. Your story's going nowhere. This is awful.
Yeah, it really, really started losing me. I want to say halfway, maybe halfway through. I just started tuning out, and I was like, okay, yeah, this looks great, but where are we going here? There's no substance to it,
Yeah, there's nothing going on.
which is unfortunate.
But then Ben Mendelsohn starts dancing, so that happens.
Yeah, he starts dancing.
Those are fantastic dance moves. Loved it. Every, everything else is just, well, everything is stupid, but at least that was stupid fun.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to say about Lost River. I'm not a horrible debut from Ryan Gosling. As far as maybe he should try for his next movie directing something that he hasn't written. See how that turns out.
Or maybe just develop an idea. Yeah, I mean, that
Yeah.
could work. I think if you develop things, or actually start with an idea, besides, oh, it's going to be Malik Lynch.
Yeah, I think that it's just too crammed with different styles. There's too much. It's like he took every movie that's on his top 10 list and tried to compact it into one movie.
Yeah, and instead of, writing a story during that time, he's just jerking it to the images that he came up with. Just fucking getting into it. It's like, oh, that looks so much like Malik. I did it. Yes. Fucking did it. Oh, the main character's name is Bones. It's so cool. I'm talking about, the
Poverty.
poverty and the myth of the American dream. Oh, I have so much to say. I'm so intelligent. I'm so in tune with America.
I'm
Oh,
just one of
God.
you guys. I haven't been a rich and famous celebrity since I was fucking 12.
I know exactly what you guys are going through. I can feel it. Feel it in my bones. That's why his name is Bones. Wait, what's your story about? Never mind. Burning house. Just
Doesn't
look at the
matter.
burning house.
we're gonna load that fucker up with slow motion everything.
Isn't
looks
this
better.
tragic? Isn't it tragic? It's so tragic. God.
All right, what are you gonna give Lost River out of 10?
Out of 10, I'm going to give it a 2.
Ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 3. I'll give it a 3 out of 10.
There you go.
Yeah, so I would avoid that one. I'm sorry to say, avoid that one.
And
Well, let's go ahead and move on to some of what we've been watching. Again, this week, not a lot that I could talk about because I've been seeing a lot of Tribeca stuff, and I'll start going over all the stuff I saw there next week. I did see Hot Tub Time Machine 2.
all right.
Very, very little to say about this. It did make me laugh. I admit that. There were, I would say, more than a handful of jokes that landed for me.
Yeah.
But the problem is there is so much offensive humor in this. Really lowbrow, gross out, homophobic humor in this movie that it really prevents it from being anything worthwhile.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's just pretty stupid. And it's a shame because the addition of Adam Scott was a good one. I thought that he was really funny and he worked well within that group as a replacement for John Cusack.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't recommend it. It's pretty brutal at
Hmm.
parts. There's a scene where like Rob Corddry and Craig Robinson are on a game show and they're forced to have sex with each other, and it's like, oh, it's so awkward because he's forced to have sex with him.
What?
There's so many
What?
gay jokes in this, and
What?
very very crass. It's a very crass movie, even more so than the first one, which I liked quite a bit. This one, yeah, not so much, not so good.
Wow, that sounds hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
so Hot Tub
Oh,
Time Machine 2, I think that it's available to stream right now.
oh really?
I think so. I think it's on Amazon. Yeah, you can buy it on Amazon. I would hold off.
Yeah, I wouldn't get into that.
Yeah.
I got around to watching an American classic, I guess. Pretty sure it's a classic. Serpico, 1973. Pacino and some Serpico.
I've never seen this, but yes, I think that it
I,
is regarded as a classic.
I finally got around to it.
The closest thing I saw is the Rushmore version of it.
It was difficult because the entire time I'm watching Serpico, all I'm thinking of is Charlie Day as Serpico from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
That's all I could think of. But yeah, Serpico. So 2 hours of Pacino, just nailing it. Classic Pacino. He's so fantastic. I mean, no one does the frustrated guy that's at his wit's end, like he's the last rational person on earth. And it's biopic of the honest New York cop blowing the whistle on corruption and the force and all that. But honestly, after a while, it's repetitive. It's just Serpico lamenting the fact that things aren't going to change and no one's helping him out, even though he's trying so many different avenues to fight corruption within the force, and it's not working out for him. No one's listening to him. No one's helping him out. So he just keeps freaking out about it. And of course, that pushes all of his personal relationships away. And then when he's on the job, it's just him constantly saying, I don't take money. No, I don't take money. No, I'm sorry, I don't take money. And that's just it, over and over and over again. And again, the Pacino performance, fantastic. It's great. Classic Pacino. Gotta love it. So much different facial hair and hats. Endless array of hats. He's wearing so many different hats, it's ridiculous.
Huh.
Because apparently it was during the time when they opened up the plain clothes division
Ah.
in New York. So he was all about that. And he's wearing different hats, and he's wearing tunics and ponchos. He's got goatees, full beards. He's just mixing it up constantly, keeping it fresh, Pacino. But everyone else, performance-wise, serviceable. I mean, they're okay. Nothing really to write home about. The visuals themselves, nothing really to write home about. There's a couple of sequences that kind of stick out, but overall, it's just Pacino being upset about corruption for 2 hours. Just whining about it. Just whining and whining.
So that's Serpico. I'm sure that you can find that on many different
I think it
streaming
was,
devices.
yeah, it's streaming on Netflix right now. That's where I watched it. I mean, it's an important moment, fighting corruption in the New York police force. But as a film, doesn't
Pretty
quite work.
pretty
I mean,
average,
yeah,
you would
it's
say?
pretty average. The only thing that you're going in for is Pacino. That's what you're going in for. You're going to get that classic Pacino performance. So it's like a light recommend.
I saw Furious 7. This is the latest Fast and Furious movie.
All right.
So I saw this in AMC Prime, which I guess is sort of AMC's version of D-Box, where the seats rumble and everything.
Yes.
I figured I'd experience that. Electronic seats, so that you can adjust them electronically and recline them. Every seat is like full reclining, and there was reserved seating too, so we got to pick our seats ahead of time.
Nice.
It was nice. It was in Times Square. I wanted to just try that, experience that one time with a big bombastic movie like Furious 7. And that experience was fine. The movie, I don't get it. don't get why this movie has an 83 or an 85 or whatever the hell it has on Rotten Tomatoes right now. Because it wasn't good. It was not a good movie. This is not a good movie. I'm sorry. Not a good movie.
You can't get into it?
Not a good movie.
But aren't they dropping like cars from planes and shit?
Yes.
And going through skyscrapers and
yes,
flipping?
do.
Are they riding rails? Grinding? Are they grinding with cars?
Kickflips on cars? No. The scene that everybody talks about where they drive a car through a building, multiple buildings. It goes through 3 buildings.
Oh my goodness.
That's cool looking. That's an awesome stunt. It looks really cool. But in order to do that stunt, in order for the story to get to where these characters need to get into a car that's parked on the 70th floor of a building and drive it through that building, into another building, through that building, into another building, what would you write? Well, you're writing a script and you need to get these characters to do that.
From what I've gotten or gathered from the trailer, it's a lot of like loving glances at each other. Is that what propels them to do things? Love? Is it love?
Love.
It's all about love, right?
Love and flash drives. So.
Oh, flash drive! Every movie's about flash drives and love right now.
So there's a computer program called God's Eye that basically allows the user to track anyone in the entire world at any time, and they can find anybody at almost a moment's notice. So like, if you're looking for Vin Diesel's character, you can just hit a button and it'll show you exactly where he is.
Okay.
So this program gets in the hands of a hacker who designed it, and she gets kidnapped. And fortunately, she hands off the flash drive to someone before she gets kidnapped. That person ends up selling the flash drive to a Jordanian prince. Now,
okay. Wait, what are you talking about? Black Hat? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Furious 7 here.
Okay.
I'm talking about the car movie.
So it's Black Hat with cars.
The street car racing movie.
Oh, I gotcha. Right.
Yeah. So turns out the program, this God's Eye program, is actually hidden on this flash drive. So when the Jordanian prince dude bought it, he didn't buy it for the God's Eye program. He bought it to put it in his brand new car. My question is, why? What was the purpose of that? Like, couldn't he just go to the Walgreens and buy a flash drive? What was the point of all of that? They never explained it. But at any rate, they end up getting in the car and driving it through 3 buildings. Looks cool, sure. And there's several other action sequences in this movie that look cool, too. There's a fight scene between Paul Walker and Tony Jaa that's well choreographed. It looks really cool. There's a couple other car chases here and there that look awesome. Like, they're really cool. But the scenes, it's so formulaic the way that it works. So there's a car chase, and then there is a series of scenes between characters. So it'll be like Paul Walker and his wife, loving scene, sad music. Then it'll be Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez talking, sad music, slow motion, panning, the Michael Bay zooms or swivels and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's just the same thing over and over, and the dialogue is so atrocious in this movie. I can't begin to tell you how terrible the dialogue is. And I feel like everybody is just giving it a pass because of the action. And I'm sorry, but there are movies like The Raid, for instance, that are not very dialogue heavy and it's pure action, and it works within that. It's like you got to know your boundaries. And I feel like this franchise just doesn't know its boundaries when it comes to the dramatic elements. Like, you're good at action, stick with the action. Take all the extra shit out of there because none of it works at all. Like, there was a scene when The Rock first meets Jason Statham. And Jason Statham's he's the big bad villain in this movie. And he breaks into the FBI office or CIA office or wherever the hell office they are. And he's hacking on the computer, just hacking away on the computer. There's nobody around. Everybody's gone. The Rock walks in and he's like, I don't know who you are, but I'm about to kick your ass. You hacked into the wrong dude's computer. And Jason Statham looks at him and he goes, like I said, I'm going to take your group down. And it's like, wait a minute. He never said that to begin with. How are you saying like I said when clearly he never said it to begin with?
Is he in other Fast and Furious movies? Maybe he said that in 6 or 5?
He's in the post-credits stinger of part 6.
And does he say, I'm going to take your group down?
He doesn't say it to The Rock, though, I don't think.
Uh,
At any rate...
He said it to someone else, and he just hoped that through the grapevine it got back to The Rock.
Yeah, well...
Oh, my.
It just doesn't work. Cameos from T-Pain, Iggy Azalea...
Yes.
Monster Energy drink branding all over the place.
Nice.
No. Fast and Furious 7, it's a pass for me. If you're going to go see it, I would say see it in the theater because, yes, action is great, car chases are great, but everything else is laughably terrible. One other quick note, I know I'm talking a little long about this one.
You're taking forever.
The way that they handled Paul Walker and his passing while they were shooting this movie, completely seamless. Like, the end, you can kind of tell there were some things that they did, but for the most part, very, very well done in making it seem like he was there throughout the whole thing. And the thing that they did at the end, the kind of send-off thing, it was good. It was very tastefully done. So that's a positive, too.
All right.
Furious 7 playing in theaters right now, killing it at the box office.
It sure is. I don't think anyone's really surprised by that.
No.
Yeah, you knew it was going to do it. I had one here that I wrote a review for. I actually been holding on to this review, hoping at some point in time it would come out U.S. distribution, and then I could just use it then. But it's not happening, so I just put it out there.
Yeah.
Because I like this movie.
Just throw it out into the world.
Just put it out there for the plasma. From Bingham Bryant and Kyle Molzan, their debut. I had a lot of fun with this movie. I actually saw this a while back, but I forgot to discuss it on the show. So I'm just going to bring it up now because I don't give a shit. I just do whatever I want.
I do what I want,
man. Extremely low budget, lo-fi, indie. And it's one of those movies where at one point it's very cerebral. It seems like it's very heady subjects. It's very complicated. But at the same time, all of it just seems tongue-in-cheek. Like, this is just ridiculous. And they're just having fun with it, fucking with you. And for whatever reason, it just works for me. It has Rosalie Lowe, as you might know as Tibet from, what was that, Appropriate Behavior? Where she was the other teacher that made the...
Yes.
My Deering ridiculous. She plays one of the main characters, her and Annabelle Lemieux. There are two friends. It's ridiculous. They just work out in the woods where they have surveillance cameras hooked up throughout the forest, just looking for forest fires. That's it. Just checking the cameras every day. But it gets into so many ridiculous topics. It feels like it's about everything and anything, but at the same time, it's about nothing whatsoever. But it just all works for some reason. I don't know why. 16 millimeter looks fantastic. It's different. It's fresh, which I think is what got me the most. It's just something completely different. I can't really compare it to any other movie. And I think that's what gripped me so much.
Loving the cover or the poster for this.
Yeah, it's good times. I'm really looking forward to what else they have going on.
It looks like the cover for like a Babysitter's Club book or something.
But like the first ever video game for the Babysitter's Club, if there were one. And that's the funny, like their surveillance equipment, everything that they have hooked up, it's all old. It's terrible looking. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous movie.
Again, next week on the show, I'll start talking about some stuff I saw at Tribeca. Some good stuff in there. So stay tuned for that. Let's look at some predictions. Ex Machina, you said 82, I said 84. No, I'm sorry. You said 84, I said 82. Actual 90 on that one.
Wow.
90. I'm hoping to see that this afternoon, so
good for you.
Yeah, should be able to report back on that one next week. The Longest Ride, you said 2, I said 12, actual 29. It's funny. It's funny. We've been talking about this a lot because we were gonna have Ryan watch another Nicholas Sparks movie in honor of this one, and it's I've been reading about it and stuff, and yet every time I read The Longest Ride, I instantly forget what that movie is. It's like one of those just so generic. It enters my brain and immediately leaves.
Yes, because as soon as you said The Longest Ride just a little while ago, I was thinking, what the hell's The Longest
Yeah,
Ride? What is
yeah.
that?
Next week we have Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. What are you thinking
yeah.
on this one?
Segway comedy coming back big. I'm gonna say 12.
Okay. I will say 14. And stay tuned for a little discussion on Paul Blart Mall Cop later this week on Ryan Watches Movie. A little spoiler for you there. And we also have Unfriended. That's that horror movie that all takes place on a computer screen.
Okay.
Now, this one I was initially not thrilled about because this isn't the first movie that's done this. I think that a lot of people are going to see it because they think that it's the first movie that's done something like this, and really hasn't. I mean, we've seen that segment in VHS that did the whole video chat thing. The Nacho Vigalondo movie, Open Windows, that whole movie was done on a computer screen. The interesting thing about this one, there were 2 short films that I saw not too long ago also. This one was actually done with computers, though. Whereas the Nacho Vigalondo one, it's kind of fake. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's supposed to look like a mouse and stuff, but it's all done in post. It's not real.
Gotcha.
This movie, interestingly, was all done using real computers, shot in real time. So this is a true single take movie. They filmed the entire movie in 2 hours.
Okay.
And there's no cuts. So that has me a little bit intrigued about this one.
Plus, you got Jacob Wasaki in there.
I don't know who
Terry.
that is.
Terry.
Oh, yeah, I know who it is. Yeah.
Terry. So yeah, that sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah, so I am actually kind of interested in this one now. There's been some reviews out for it. It currently has an 83% on Rotten Tomatoes, so I'll probably check that out.
Okay.
And now that I know Terry's in it, I will definitely be seeing it.
You're all about it now.
Yeah, so like the way that they did it was they had all the actors in different rooms that were basically sets, and they initiated video chats with each of them and set it up, and they acted it out for real.
Went with it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Really cool. I'm going to say, I'll say 72 on that one.
I'm going to say 76.
All right. We also have Child 44. I don't think that that's getting a wide release next week, so we're not going to bother with that one. Are you interested in that one, though?
No, I just finally actually saw a trailer for this.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look good.
No, it looks really average to me for some reason.
It looks so unbelievably average. Manila folder through and through.
Manila folder. All
Russian accents.
We also have Felix and Miera. You're going to be doing that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're all about that one.
I'm all over it.
Monkey Kingdom, that's the Disney nature one.
Oh, monkeys.
They got to put one of those out every year, and they're always decent. I think that one's narrated by Tina Fey, so
you are correct.
I'll probably check that out at some point. True Story, that's the one with James Franco and Jonah Hill.
Okay.
Procedural. Crime drama, not comedy. I'm actually a little bit intrigued about that one. Alex of Venice. Can't remember that one. Beyond the Reach. The Deadlands. We'll probably review the Deadlands next week.
That sounds like a fun one. Fun one to watch right there.
Yeah. Next week on VOD, we have Slow West. That's the one with Michael Fassbender, I believe.
Okay. All right.
Western. Who else is in that? There's somebody else in that.
What's his name? Cody. Is it Smith McPhee?
Is that him?
Yeah.
Okay. Beyond the Reach, The Deadlands, Alex of Venice, and The Squeeze. The Squeeze is
I'm sure it's good. Whatever it is.
It's about golf.
Oh man.
and betting on golf, I think. Yeah, that does not look too good.
Thank
New
God.
on DVD and Blu-ray next week, we have The Babadook. That's
Nice.
getting a Scream Factory release, so that's pretty exciting.
Cool.
Batman versus Robin. I'll be checking that out because I usually like those DC animated movies. Big Eyes. That's a light recommend for me. Especially, I don't know what's on the special features, but if they have some sort of like documentary about Margaret Keane or something, that might be cool to see.
Probably better than the actual movie itself.
Yeah, quite possibly. That's one that didn't stick with me. I remember when I first saw that and we reviewed it, I was into it, but since then I just kind of it just
Honestly, the only thing I remember is Christoph Waltz being a bit ridiculous
You know, this
with his
is
performance.
this is slightly going off on a tangent, but
Please do.
one of our highest trafficked articles on the site this year was
Yeah.
was my book review of Big Eyes.
It's a hot commodity.
I don't get that.
Everybody's all about that Big Eyes book.
It's so weird. Enter the Dangerous
Should we
Mind.
just should we just become a book reviewing
Yeah,
site?
I'm starting to think that. I'm starting to think that we should just do book reviews. Enter the Day. Actually, I stopped taking books because it's just too much. Like I don't have enough time to read the damn things.
Oh God.
Enter the Dangerous Mind. Avoid.
Yes.
God Help the Girl. Avoid. Jin. I didn't see that one. It's a horror movie.
I think it's safe to say avoid.
Probably. I heard mixed things. Kidnapping Mr. Heineken. I attempted to watch that on VOD one night and turned it off after 10 minutes.
Oh.
Avoid. The Man with the Iron Fist 2.
What?
Yeah.
There's really?
It was just as surprising for me to read that. So
Okay.
the Man with the Iron Fist 2 has a straight to DVD sequel. I don't believe anyone that's involved with the first one is involved in this one. And the cover, I'm not sure if you can see the cover, but there's a blurb on the bottom of the cover that I love.
Is it like instead of RZA, is it like you got?
It's Capadonna. That's a Wu-Tang joke, fellas. That's a Wu-Tang joke. I can't find the damn quote now, but it's funny because on the bottom of the DVD it says like all new movie or something like that.
Oh, new movie.
Like I guess they were concerned that people thought that maybe this was the original one.
Like, hold up. Is they just repackaging the original?
Well, when you see it, it looks exactly like the first one with that pink and black. Yeah, it does. It says all new movie, big black bar on the bottom of it.
Wow. That's awesome. I love it.
Oh wait, RZA is in this.
Wait, he is? Or is he just presenting it?
No, he's in it.
Okay.
Or at least according to this website here. He didn't direct it, he wrote it. Interesting.
Okay.
Well, there's that. Maps to the Stars. No, not going to recommend that one either. The Woman in Black 2. I heard it was terrible, so yeah, avoid that.
Okay.
One other one I wanted to quickly mention is Scream Factory is remastering Class of 1984, which I never saw, and I think that I'm going to be checking that out now. So maybe look into that.
You just wanted to tell me about a movie that you're planning on seeing later.
Well, if other people are a fan of that movie, Class of 1984, then they know that now there is a remastered Blu-ray that's coming out this week.
Okay. I gotcha.
See, you're gonna go the Criterion route. I'm gonna go Scream Factory, and I'm gonna take the complete opposite approach and talk about some of these, trash movies that are getting remastered.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Some of those are better than the Criterions.
Well, yeah, and vice versa, definitely.
Yeah.
What do we got? Speaking of which, what do we got in the line of Criterion?
Oh boy, we have a Carol Reed from 1947, Odd Man Out, psychological noir.
Oh boy.
James Mason, Kathleen Ryan. I'm a fan of Carol Reed, even though I've only seen one film. So I'll probably check out Odd Man Out. So that's coming. And then we have Preston Sturges, 1941, Sullivan's Travels.
Sullivan's Travels.
You know, comedy from 1941. So
So it sounds like it's going to be a laugh riot.
I'm sure it is. I don't know. I'm sure it's a fantastic film. I'm sure it's great, but that just does not sound interesting to me at all. So there you have it. Two Criterions coming out.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for the week. Send us your questions to podcast@filmpulse.net. Also on Twitter, @FilmPulseNet and @FilmPulseKevin. Please take a look at our Patreon page. That address is patreon.com/FilmPulse. And please consider subscribing for as little as $1 a month. For Kevin Rakestraw, my name is Adam Patterson, and we will see you on Thursday for Ryan Watches a Movie.
Without a love of my own, blue moon, you knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for.
There's a flash drive that has like this special program. Excuse me.
I'll keep that in. Start the show off with that shit.
No, I'm gonna put it at the end. Oh God, this cold.